Hello, hello, hello. I always get caught out there trying to figure out how to share the page out. So before I go there, let me just say hi, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are tuning in and not sure what you're tuning into or who you're tuning in with, I'm Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the host of Joanne's Healing Within. I'm also the founder of Holistic Fitness and Why, your holistic integrated teacher, Reiki master, medical astrologer, master of numerology, card creator, and card reader. And I'm super excited to be here with you tonight. I'm going to ask that you take a moment just to go ahead and share the page as I was trying to do before. But technology is just so funky sometimes. So hopefully I will be able to eventually share the page. Just that for whatever the reasons are, it's just not working with me right now. So if I'm not saying hello to you and you are here, just because I'm not on the page to share right now. So anyway, we'll figure that out later. Anyhow, I'm super excited to be here with you all tonight. Have you had an amazing month of November? Can you believe it's December already? Oh my God, I can't. I'm super, super excited for this particular episode, as it's been some time that I've actually had a guest. And tonight, I do have a guest, but before we go into all that, of course, I have to share with you insight, information, and give a big shout out to my sponsors that do make this show run. My partners, that is. There is a flyer with your beautiful faces and information. So we're going to start with Miss Kitty Boudet Fox. She's our storytelling astrologist. Then we have Brenda Amimiln, who's our director, storyteller, mentor, and I know I messed her last name up. Joel Monkman, he's our personal development teacher. And last but definitely not least is Nancy Nance. She's our author, public speaker, and psychic medium. And once again, I'm super excited to be here with each and every one of you tonight. So what I'm going to do for now is I want to share some insight with you based on the energy that we're actually in at this very moment. As we are in December, it's the last month of 2024. This particular month, the 12th month, when we talk about that energy right off the back, it's a portal month. What is a portal? A portal means the veil between the spiritual realm and the human realm is really thin, and it gives us access to connecting with spirit at a much faster pace. It's also an opportunity for each and every one of us to gain insight to our intuition, recognizing that you are intuitive, you're an intuitive being, and many of you over the last, I'm going to say and go out on a stretch and say the last 4 years, you probably have become more attuned to some of your psychic abilities. So in this 12 portal that we're experiencing as of right now for the remaining portion of the month, after all, we're only on the second day, this is an opportunity for you to really take a deep dive into discovering what your psychic abilities are. So with that all being said, I want you to pay attention to today's date. As I'm a numbers person, as mentioned, master of numerology, I want you to take a look at the date and write it out literally as the numbers 12/2/2024. We have lots to choose in today's energy. And choose based on numerology is about your relationships. It's about partnerships professionally and personally. It's about all of your physical material possessions, where you may be in the process of downsizing because the more intuitive, the more sensitive you become, the less things you want around you. And that may also mean people too. So paying attention and evaluating the relationships you do have and how those relationships are actually demonstrating themselves in regards to supporting and lifting you up, bringing you into your highest level possible. And that's really what you want to pay attention to regarding the relationships you're in going forward. You want to be supported, you want to be uplifted, and you do want people to push you to do the next possible thing, the next leveling up. So when we take the energy and we look at those twos, right off the back we have a 22. So that 22 is a representation of being the master builder. This month, today specifically, you're going to be building something that's going to last throughout the remaining portion of December and well into 2025. In addition, we have 3 twos, which is about keeping your faith, trusting, Recognizing there's so much things going on behind the scenes that you may not really see right in front of you. And it's so important to maintain your faith, keep your vibration high, even though things may not seem like they're going your way. Know that the moment you dip your frequency is the moment that the possibility of the thing that you're looking to get could be coming your way, but when your vibration lowers, you push that away as well. So pay attention to keeping your vibration high. Next thing I want to bring to your attention, the energy for the entire month when we talk about that 12, which works out to be a 3, and it's the experience you're going to have this month. And then let's look at 2024, which we already know is an 8 vibration. If you've been following me regularly, you know I speak about that 8 vibration. It's about your karmic reset. Now we bring that 8 and 3 together. The entire month of December holds a vibration of 11. So this is the month to master in something. And what I'm hearing from the 11 is to master in the relationships. It's time to heal. It's time to move in a space of forgiveness, which is the highest level of healing anyway. And I'm going to keep it there so we don't get too carried away. I do want to pull a card to see what we need to know for today based on this energy that's coming in and what we need to know for the remaining portion of December. Also, want to put out there that we are experiencing a new moon in Sagittarius. We have a lot of Sagittarius energy between the moon, the sun, and Mercury, which, by the way, Mercury is retrograde. So that means it's time to review the things we're experiencing and how we are communicating. So here's our card for the night. Interesting, it's in reverse. Now, as you've been following me regularly, you know a reverse card means 2 things. A, there's a little resistance. Some of you are going to resist this message. Also, it's really important to pay attention to the chakra. So the color is red, which is about your root chakra. It's about getting grounded and be able to focus, self-love. So many of us look for the external love. Look for love from other people. It's so important now more than ever to start loving on yourself, because the more you love on you, the more you're going to attract that love in. 7 and 3 is that 10 energy. This is your soul's work. A big part of the soul's work that we're all here to do is to learn how to love ourselves deeply. So I'm going to leave you with that and know that it's time to focus on that deep self-love. That's your card for today. So with that being said, there's so much going on. I'm so excited to be here. Just want to remind you that this is season 7, episode 15. And today is all about mindset management, the can, must, will succeed strategies. And I'm, oh my God, over the moon with excitement as I want to read to you just a little bit of information today. Don't usually read while I'm doing this, but I'm going to do it today because it's just way too much to try to remember. So I want to introduce my guest, but before I bring her in, I want to give her a warm welcome and really introduce her as Nancy Nance is brilliant, courageous, international best-selling author whose writing is powerful and heartfelt. She believes you are a gift and is here to offer you hope for a better way of being. So let's bring Nancy Nance on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What we're going to do is I just want you to say hi, and then we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to have you come back. So just say hello to the folks. Let them know you're here.
Hi, thank you everyone who is here for tuning in. I am super excited for this share.
Excellent. So I just wanted all of you just to get a look at her and get excited because we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to dive into this amazing conversation, and I'm hoping by then I will have gotten this shared out. So we're going to take that quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Did you know we are in the age of Aquarius? It's all about finding your tribe, making connections, collaborations, networking, being inspired, being empowered, and transforming. Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the founder of Holistic Fitness NY and Women Empowering Women. I'm a Reiki Master, Medical Astrologer, Master of Numerology, Holistic Integrated Teacher, and Card Creator. Women Empowering Women meets the second Monday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I would love to invite you in as my VIP guest. To redeem your VIP invitation, email healingwithin76@gmail.com or go to holisticfitnessny.com. I do promise that you will be inspired, empowered, and make connections. I look forward to seeing you on the second Monday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, well, I am back, and sadly to say, I'm still not able to find the connection to share the show out. I don't know what's going on. Oh, guess what? It's here. I found it. So look at that. Just popped up just as I said it. Super excited. So as usual, I just want to reshare the card for the day, which is all about self-love in reverse. So paying attention to your root chakra, paying attention to that. This is really about taking that deep heart look at loving yourself, and it's your soul's work to do in addition to what you were called to do here. So root energy, focus on self-love, loving yourself unconditionally, and not focusing so much about other people loving you. The more you love you, the more you're going to attract that love in. So all that being said, I know I introduced her before, had her coming in. Want to bring Nancy Nance on with me. There we go. How are you, my love? I'm so excited to be here with you tonight.
Oh, I'm super stoked. I'm so stoked because the self-love leads right into the questions that you're going to ask. I'm just like, okay, let's go.
Exactly. Exactly. It's so perfectly aligned. So first question to come to mind is, what is the take? What is it to take one step further to strategy?
When you understand that the one common denominator in the equation for happiness is you, everything shifts. OCD, one common denominator. It's such a mind shift from the OCD that we so often hear about. The one common denominator in success is you. All of your life experiences, your successes, your failures are because of your input and the output that you get from it. When you begin with yourself, your life changes and you allow others to focus on themselves as well. It's self love.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And I just love the fact that the strategy is recognizing that a part of the success is a part of failure. Because we really can't have success unless we experience some failure. I mean, whoever makes it the first time. I mean, really, how many times have we had to redo something, redo it until it actually showed up to be, as you and I said earlier, which really is highly rated, perfectionists. You know, no such thing. So I just love that you bring that to the table in regards to like success and failure as. And now, why is this so important for other people to? Why is it so important for other people to be in your life?
Oh, the people that you share your time with, the supporting characters in your life enhance your story. It is the enhancement of the story that leads to the success. Sure, there's going to be antagonists, there's going to be villains, there's going to be bad girls and bad guys. And that is what opposition is in the game of life. In sports, we always have an opposing team, always. And when you realize that every person in the story helps you move towards the best possible version of yourself, when you're able to see the hero's journey or the heroine's journey. I prefer. I'm a
Yeah,
heroine.
yeah. And I think that's so perfectly aligned with the energy we are moving into as we are. Some of us know it as the age of Aquarius. Aquarian is really about the collaboration, the connection, finding our tribe to support, encourage us, and even push us off the ledge to do the things that either scare us or we've been told, oh, that's not a good idea to do, or you shouldn't be doing it that way. All the back talk. So I do believe that we do need to have the right people in our circle to push us, and also the right people in our circle that maybe those naysayers, because those are the ones that we get to have that sort of balance with.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there is so much power that you can take when you take back your power and control so that you can say to the naysayers, I can. I can. Whether you say you can or you can't, you're correct. It's your cans that will move you forward. You'll be a champion. Your can'ts will keep you in victim. What would you
Yes,
rather what would you rather have? Success? A can-do attitude is success.
exactly, exactly. And when we think about can and we think about can't, the can'ts over time can become the can'ts. And I think that's
Oh,
powerful for
absolutely.
people to understand too, is that the can'ts, when we're feeling like we're just not good enough or we just don't have it quite right yet.
Yeah, and that's where you have to understand your own here's another OCD, obsessive compulsive dialogue. What
Yes.
conversation is going on inside of your head? It can be such a defeater. It can totally defeat yourself. And when you think that you have to make all the decisions on your own, that you have to hold the world up, oh, that's exhausting. Creating a
Yes.
tribe of people who will help you, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful.
Yes. And even when we talk about the tribe of people to help us, we can also think about and remember that we also have a tribe of spirits that help too. So sometimes turning within to gain that confidence, to ask spirit, am I ready to jump? And of course, spirit's going to say, yeah, why not? You
Spirit
know,
is the voice of love and encouragement. The voice of loving and encouragement is spirit. And when you learn to tune and tap into that intuition, you enter a much better feeling place. And sometimes we need a guide to help us find the way. And then we become a better guide for ourselves. It's available to all of us. It's a developed skill.
yes, yes. Now, my next question, is there another lesson that you believe is important for your mindset?
Ooh, a lesson for the mindset. Well, when I think of the can, must, and will strategy, I can step forward in the directions of my dreams, and I must take action. We can
Mm,
we can spend a lot of time envisioning all the wonderful things that life is going to be. We can sit on our comfy couch and imagine all the wonderful, and it's in the doing, the must do, where oh, the rubber meets the road. You've got to put some skin in the game. You've got to do the things that you say you're going to do. That's where a tribe comes in so that they help you stay accountable to what it is you say you're going to do. Otherwise, you're
yeah,
just spinning your wheels. Yeah.
exactly. And I mean, I believe accountability is so important. I believe having there's this belief going around that there should be three people you reach out in the course of your day, and each of those three people are the three people that you're going to let them know what it is that you are setting your intentions on, and you're going to report to those three people. It's not just one person you're being accountable to. You're being accountable to three different people, and those three different people are going to have specific things they're going to ask, and they're probably not going to be the same things they're asking in reference to making sure you're taking the steps that you need to take to get to where you have to go. And I think the important part of it is taking the steps daily. It's not waiting. If you know your deadline is, let's say, the 20th of the month, you're not going to start taking action on the 18th of the month. It really is about the progression, correct?
Oh, 100%, 100%. You can have people that love and support you through your difficult times. They're the ones that are going to, give you a pat on the back, give you a hug, send you love, send you light, send you prayers. It's good to have support. You
Yes.
also need someone that's going to push you forward. That's why we have coaches. Whether again, it's the game of sports. If you're playing football, you got a coach. If you're wrestling, you've got a coach. If you want to succeed in life, you need coaches and you need partners. It's like a
Hmm.
three-legged race. You need to tie yourself to someone who's going to move you forward during the times when you don't want to move forward as well. Otherwise, you'll stay stagnant. You'll stay in the normal life. Normal is a setting on a dryer. If you want success, you got to turn up the heat.
Exactly, exactly. And we're in this energy right now. I mean, we're the last month of 2024, and I'm sure there's many people out there right now. I know I am, where I'm evaluating what have I done in the last 11 months. Because come New Year's Eve, I'm gonna put pen to paper and I'm gonna write out my list of things of everything, no matter how small or big it is, that I have accomplished. And from that point, I'm then going to start focusing on 2025 on what more I want to accomplish. Because I don't want my list to only have one thing on it. I want a list of things that I've accomplished in the time that I'm here, pushing myself to that next level. So knowing
Yes.
that this, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I wrote down I did that in the last 2 weeks. What have I accomplished in the year 2024? And it felt really good to write down a big, wonderful, long list of accomplishments. And
Exactly.
celebrating success is something that when we do it daily, daily celebrating success. Reach your hand up, bend at the elbow, pat yourself on the back. What did you do well today? Right? Give yourself a great big hug. What did you do? I'm so proud of you. Look at yourself in the mirror and
Yes.
say those, have that conversation with yourself, amplify it by sharing it with somebody else and somebody else. I mean, we can create a movement that will move and propel us forward in ways that a year from now are you happy if you stay where you are right now? How happy will you be a year from now?
Hmm. not,
And
not really. Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So everyone who is watching, here's an opportunity for you to take some time, pen to paper. And whether you do it tonight or you do it sometime tomorrow or over the course of the week, really put pen to paper in reference to the things you have accomplished in the last 30 days, in the last 6 months, in the almost a year for that matter, and see how long that list is, and then start planning out what it is you want 2025 to look like for you. And if for whatever the reasons are, you haven't had the cheerleaders or the people you have that's holding you to your goals, maybe this is the time to start reaching out to Nancy or I. And with that being said, Nancy, if you can share your contact information so our viewers can reach out to you should they need that accountability coach.
Well, I've done very well this last year in my Google ability. So if you type Nancy Nance, choose joy into a search engine, you will find me. My website is Exponential Joy. And I love that the 7-3 card added up to 10. You take joy and you multiply it by 10 and you get exponential joy. There's beauty in that. There truly is. When we decide what we will no longer tolerate, who we will no longer tolerate? Who are the people that are pulling you back, pulling you down? What are they doing to help you achieve your goals? If they're not on your yeah list, why
They're on your nay list.
on the list, right? Like we want to get into the speed in which we're able to gallop forward in life. You know, when you find your stride, then you're like a horse who's cantering, and you're in your natural stride, and you can keep the pace. We don't need to work ourselves to the bone. We
Mm,
don't need to step into the workaholic state where we're missing all the magical moments with family and time and friends. It's about finding balance and
yes.
beauty in life. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to continue with this amazing conversation with Nancy Nance. So her flyer was already up. If Bobby wants to show my flyer for anybody who wishes to reach out to me, contact information is right there. There's no QR code, guys, just an email address, which you all know, healingwithin76@gmail.com. We're going to take that quick commercial break. There's all of our partners, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Nancy Nance. I am an energy healer, psychic medium, transformational breakthrough coach, and international best-selling author. Choose Joy, a survivor's guide for hope, is a map and a strategy to help you live your best life. Available on Amazon today.
Hi, I'm Brenda Edelman, and I believe that your story needs to be heard, needs to be shared, and you need to be seen. I help my clients become great speakers. We tap into your message, your soul story, and your essence. I'd love to invite you into my free group on Facebook, which is called Unforgettable Speakers Society.
Hi everyone, Kitty Beauty Wig Foss, the storytelling astrologer, reader of the stars, and I'd like to invite you to join me on Intuition of the Soul on Facebook, a free private Facebook group where I post a daily energy reading all about how you can navigate your day. Also reach out at intuitionofthesoul11@gmail.com if you want a personalized reading to find out about how your circuitry works. Namaste.
Hello and welcome back. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and you are watching Joanne's Healing Within. And I'm going to bring my guest right back in. Nancy Nance, come back and join us as we dive into this conversation. There's so much to share, so I don't want to waste time just sitting around looking cute. So here we have it. Next question. Where did I do with my questions? I flipped my page too far over. Hello. So my next big question for you, Nancy Nance, for those of you who are just tuning in before I go with the question, if in case you have not watched from the beginning, please know you can always go back and re-watch this later on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV. You can also listen on Audible, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and many other platforms, just to name a few of them. So Nancy Nance, I love saying your whole name because I actually can say it. So, my next big question, how important is will for success strategies?
Oh, will is that heart fire that you have inside of yourself. It is a fire that you need to keep stoked. You need to add to every single day. One of the strategies that I love is affirmations. And I remember when I first began taking a sticky note and writing the words, I am able, I am willing. And when you use a word like nevertheless, nevertheless, I am willing. What happens sometimes is that we look at our reflection in the mirror and we say, I am willing to love myself. And that reflection looks back and says, yeah, right. So, nevertheless, even though I am struggling with self esteem, I am willing to love myself. I'm willing to try. And when you try over and over again, you triumph. And then you pull in the Yoda, right? Don't try, do. Once you start amping up the energy and amping up the energy, you're able to transform in that will power and you become a powerhouse. And then when you look at your success each day, I did this thing. I did that one thing that I said I was going to do. You talked earlier about deliberate intentions. When you set an intention, whether it's a personal intention or a professional intention, I mean, for me, hydration became a game changer for me in 2024. Huge,
Yes.
huge. I mean, the amount of water I drink now compared to what it was a year ago, it went from like, oh, I had a cup of water, I think, to, I mean, I'm drinking 70 ounces a day with ease. It became a habit. And when you say you will do something and you take action, you build momentum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's really amazing and surprising at the same time on how sometimes we do forget to drink water. I mean,
Mhm.
there are days where I can sit with my mug right here by me and won't sip on it at all, and then I'm wondering why later in the day, like I'm stiff and I go to stand up and everything hurts. I'm like, where's my water? So yeah,
Yeah.
such an important tool, and it does fall into that self-love category because again, all the little tricks to how do we bring more self-love into our day. Drinking water, easiest thing to do.
It is. It is. And when you think about how much love, care, and attention you've given to others over the years, what's the equivalency to the amount of self love you're giving to yourself?
Yes.
No matter what relationship you're in, you will always wake up. Will always wake up to yourself every day for the rest of your life.
Hmm.
Loving and caring for yourself is exponentially important. Then you can love and care for others without resentment, right?
Yes, yes. And as I said earlier, the more we learn to love ourselves, the less we're looking for that external love, and the more we're ready to receive it because we're no
Oh,
longer really looking for it. It's like a magnet all of a sudden.
it becomes the icing on the cake, the cake,
Yes,
right? You're responsible for your own self love. And then the extra love that you get from others is a beautiful bonus.
yes,
It really is. Yeah.
yes, yes. So leading us into our next question, this one's a little long. So when you work with your clients, what methods do you see that amplifies their ability to succeed?
Oh, there's two. One of them is just for today, and the other is take it one step further. So when we set deliberate intentions and goals, deliberate intentions are the small pieces that make the goal come into fruition. Just for today, well, it's much easier to do. Just for today, what can you focus on? What can you focus on being? If you want to be more patient, what can you do to improve your patience? What about
Mm,
what about when you're in that situation, you're driving along in your car or your kids are yelling at you, the normal day-to-day situations, what can you do? Can you stop? Can you take 3 breaths? Just 3 breaths. And then act from a place where you have more energy inside of you. The breath is energy. You were born breathing, right? You have to breathe
yeah.
more, right? And then when you take it one step further, you take pen to paper, like you were talking about, journaling. And journaling doesn't have to be a thesis or an essay. Journaling is spending 5 minutes with yourself, reflecting on your day. Journal about a situation where you were impatient, or journal about a situation when you were patient. What
Mm,
felt better? What felt better? Acceptance, compassion for self, no judgment, no judgment, acceptance and compassion. Yeah, sure. I had a temper tantrum in the grocery store. I was frustrated and I was angry. Acknowledging it, that's power. That's power. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think that's really important because it's the awareness for one, the recognition for two, and it just really brings us back again, as Nancy says, back to our breaths. Because again, when we're in that state of being impatient, usually it's because we're not breathing. We're already ahead someplace else. And if we take that moment just to breathe, it brings us back into right here, right now. And I love the expression just for today. I mean, as a Reiki master, that's like the mantra we say, just for today. So there's no expectation that this has to be for tomorrow. Just for today, just for right now, work on patience.
Yeah. I've got it
Work,
up on my wall as well with my Reiki principles. And
yeah.
we as a world, we have been taught about doing. What did you
Mhm.
do today? When we think about being, it changes the focus, because when you can be love, then you act from love. Focus on what you want to be first, and then your
Yes.
doing will follow.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, because I think it's important to be rather than all this doing. Because again, when we talk about the energy, masculine and feminine energy, the doing is such a masculine thing to do. The being is like that's where we really do get to step into our feminine energy of just be able to receive, be able to give yourself compassion, be able to just be compassionate to yourself and to others as well.
Oh
So
boy, that's so huge, right? At the end of the game of life, when people acknowledge and recognize your existence and your legacy, do you want to be remembered for what you did, or do you want to be remembered for what you bead? Right? I would rather be remembered for the lady who was kind, compassionate, supportive than the things that I did. I'd rather be remembered for my being than my doing.
exactly. And so funny because as you're saying that, my little ego in my head is saying, I want to be remembered for all the trophies I have sitting on my shelf in the other room, but all the doing and being that took place to get there.
Yes. Yes, most definitely. We all want to be acknowledged. We
Yes.
want to be respected.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person wants to be respected. And it is in a place of love and compassion that we also want that safe place to be. It's an interesting reflection when you start thinking of it that way.
Exactly. And I know we touched on this next question just a little bit, but it's so important that we need to take a deeper dive in regards to what is the just for today strategy.
Oh, just for today, again, brings it into the focus of there is really only today. Yesterday is history. It's gone. It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday is all gone, no matter what happened or what didn't happen. There's nothing that you can do to change the experiences. And in today, you can work on perhaps the trauma from the experiences that we don't always have time in the day to deal with the situation, especially if there's an accumulation of trauma. When you're talking about trauma from 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, 13 years, it takes time to unravel that. And there's so much that you can do in today, the present of a day. because
Yes.
tomorrow's a mystery. You can think about it. We
Mhm.
don't know what it's going to be because, like you said before, there's always spirit, the angels that are working. That's why we align with people unexpectedly. I didn't sit back this time last year and say, you know what? I want to meet a lady whose name is Joanne. I want to be on a show. I didn't plan it like that. I thought about the kind of people that I wanted to have in my life. Who
Mhm.
do I want to share my life with? My relationships. How did I have to show up to attract those people? Small moments in a day can make such a massive change.
Yeah.
Focus on one day. Heck, there was even
Mhm.
a TV show, One Day at a Time, back
Yes.
in back
Back
in
in
the
the 80s, I think it was. 80s. Yeah, I think.
One
Yeah,
Day.
I think so.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. And there was a lady, Joe, on that show. No wonder Spirit's bringing it up. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's so interesting. I love how you bring up the concept of what is it you are thinking about or focused on that actually brings into the reality of the now, which brings a really good point for people to think about in regards to whatever's going on in one's life right now. Think about the thoughts that might have created the very situation you're in right now. Pay attention to those thoughts and then ask yourself, do I want to continue focusing on these particular thoughts that created this particular experience? Or can I start changing my thoughts and using my power and my energy to really create things I really want to bring into my reality that's going to be more of a substantial experience versus all these intense energies and lessons that we're experiencing. So I think that's a powerful statement.
It's so true. Study your self talk. I think that's quite often. I know I've had the conversation with many of people over the years when it comes to meditation. They're like, "Oh, I can't meditate." Like my mind, like, oh, all the thoughts, all the thoughts. Stay in meditation for 5 minutes. Listen, listen, listen to the thoughts. Jot them down. Do that for a few days, few weeks, a month. You'll realize it's the same thought, same. So then change the self-talk. Change it into
Yeah,
something that benefits you. Talk nice to yourself. Talk to yourself like you would a small child, your best friend. Once you begin to be able to do that a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, it will become your everyday. Yeah.
exactly. I love that. So Nancy, once again, just share with us your website that you have. Let everybody know what that website is. There's going to be a flyer that has Nancy's information on it as well.
My website is www.exponentialjoy, EXPONENTIAL joy.com. And I think that's one thing that I've really learned this last year is we are constantly changing and evolving. So when something doesn't work, look at it. You can figure out a way to change it. I mean, look at the way that technology has made us all adapt to this.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I love that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take another commercial break. And before we do take a commercial break, just to let everybody become aware, when we come back, Nancy is going to share a tip with everybody in reference to something that you can implement into your life immediately. So you may want to grab your pen and paper so you can write it down. We're going to take that quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Nancy Nance. I am an energy healer, psychic medium, transformational breakthrough coach, and international best-selling author. Choose Joy, A Survivor's Guide for Hope, is a map and a strategy to help you live your best life. Available on Amazon today.
Hi everyone, Kitty Beauty Foss, the storytelling astrologer, reader of the stars, and I'd like to invite you to join me on Intuition of the Soul on Facebook, a free private Facebook group, where I post a daily energy reading all about how you can navigate your day. Also reach out at intuitionofthesoul11@gmail.com if you want a personalized reading to find out about how your circuitry works. Namaste.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I'm going to bring Nancy right on in, dive into this conversation, because we have so much to chat about. And we're really at the end. I cannot believe we're really at the end of the show already. So Nancy, if you can share one tip with our viewers, what would that one tip be that they can implement into their life immediately?
I love show and tell. So this is a wonderful option to bring something in. This beautiful starfish. So isn't that beautiful? So it's the starfish surrender. So if you take your body, it's a bit of a challenge when you're, there we go. Okay. So this would be your head. There, that would be your head. So you'd lie on your back. Okay. Head, arms, legs stretched out. So it's a surrender pose. That's why it's called the starfish surrender. When you lie on your back in that posture, is the ultimate surrender. You can roll a towel up behind your neck and then a towel up at your lower back just to allow your body to soften. So often we sit over top of the computer like this, so it brings the body back into proper alignment. And when you stay in this position for 10 minutes, you're going to be able to reflect and listen to your voice, that inside dialogue. Is your dialogue in that can, must, will mindset? Yeah. It's really interesting, to think of how much my life has transformed from being in a state of, I'm trying to find words. The loss of a child, which was one of the traumas that I went through, where I didn't know how I could possibly move on. How can you possibly move on after you've lost a child? How can you possibly move on after divorce? How can you possibly recover from the battered woman syndrome? How can I? And it was working through many strategies from others to be able to hold this star up. This is actually where my daughter's ashes are in. I would have never been able to do that had I not focused on my own self-care, my own recovery. There's no way. I couldn't even be in the same room. It was so hard, right? So again, imagine where you want to be a year from now. Change. You don't change, you're going to be in the same space or worse.
Right? Yeah. That is deep and empowering and definitely heartfelt in regards to the journey you are on, what you healed from, how you're sharing your story, and your three powerful words of you can, you must, you will. And I believe that everyone who's watching, whether you're watching here live with us or you're watching this later, those three words are extremely powerful, because when you tell yourself you can, you definitely will. And it's a must. It's a must to do. It's a must. You got to put one foot in front of the other. Even no matter how challenging or how heart grieving it is to be in the situation you're in. But there's a reason why you're in that situation. There's lessons. And Nancy is proof of the healing that she has gone through to be able to be here today to share this deep message with each and every one of us. So Nancy, I want to thank you so much for sharing your starfish, sharing your story, sharing your wisdom, and just being here and being brave enough to like literally step into this. And I also want to one extra thank you for sometime last year setting the intention to want to share your story and be in front of a different audience and call me in to your energy field, because that's exactly what you did without knowing you did it, was to call me in. So again, bottom of my heart, I appreciate all that you do. Share one more time with the audience how they can reach you.
Well, if you want to watch my daily dose of joy, you can go onto YouTube, where my Recover Your Joy channel is. It also streams on Facebook with Nancy Nance. Choose Joy is available on Amazon. Oh, there's so many wonderful places that I am blessed to be able to share. Grateful that I have the courage to share, and happy every single day that I truly do wake up looking forward to the adventure of being alive. It's an adventure and it's a blessing. Every day when you open up your eyes, there's another way to check in with your mindset. If you open up your eyes and you're like, oh, great, another day, you might be a little bit off with that one. Like the blessing of being alive and opening up your eyes. When you heal, the ripple effect, it will influence your entire family, your friends, your tribe. It all starts with you and it just ripples out. It's so beautiful. So beautiful.
So again, thank you so much. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Then I'm going to come back with the conclusions of today's show. And again, Nancy, thank you, thank you, thank you. You'll wait backstage for me for when I'm all done. We're going to take that quick commercial break, and I'll be right back.
Gotcha.
Did you know we are in the age of Aquarius? It's all about finding your tribe, making connections, collaborations, networking, being inspired, being empowered, and transforming. Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the founder of Holistic Fitness NY and Women Empowering Women. I'm a Reiki Master, Medical Astrologer, Master of Numerology, Holistic Integrated Teacher, and Card Creator. Women Empowering Women meets the second Monday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I would love to invite you in as my VIP guest. To redeem your VIP invitation, email healingwithin76@gmail.com or go to holisticfitnessny.com. I do promise that you will be inspired, empowered, and make connections. I look forward to seeing you on the second Monday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Hello and welcome back. I'm Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your host of Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in right now, I'm going to invite you to come back later. Rewatch it from the very beginning because you missed some fabulous show for today. As I had my amazing guest, Nancy Nance on, she was sharing her amazing strategies in regards to mindset management, the can, must, will, success strategy. So you definitely want to come back and rewatch this. So with all that being said, we are at the very end of the show. I wanted to share a few promos that some of our partners are sharing with you. Starting off with my promo, Women Empowering Women will be meeting the second Monday of this month, December 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to look at that flyer and reach out if you'd like to attend. You can email healingwithin76@gmail.com, and I look forward to having you join us for this amazing private meeting. In addition, we have spirit messages and energy insight coming in again. December 3rd is the first of three actually, meetings being held by Joe Monkman. Feel free to reach out to him. Last but not least, Joe Monkman also has another amazing event, his fire ceremony, taking place on Saturday, December 21st, his shamanic fire ceremony for that matter. If you've never experienced a fire ceremony, I highly recommend that you reach out to Joe and try his event because it is extremely powerful and it does light the fire within you. So all that being said, I look forward to seeing you all back here. Oh my God, I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but I'll see you back here on the first Monday in January. Wow, I think it's going to be the first Monday in January. I think we're hosting then. In any case, again, feel free, there's a flyer that I have there of me. Feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com for any questions, comments, readings, or energy work that you need to take place. I am here for you. Enjoy your evening and the rest of December. Until we meet again, bye-bye for now.